What's going on? Welcome back to another video. I'm taking a trip this weekend, so let's prep the car. As you can see, I got the stock wheels back on the car, and I have my new tires inside the car getting ready to go to the shop. Here they are. Got the Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus. I've heard a lot of great things about this tire. It is actually on my list of tires to try, so I'm very excited to see how these perform, and what better way to test that than to take them on a trip. I have all the wheels loaded in the car, have a full set. So anyone who says that they need an SUV or anything for groceries, or that they can't have a sedan because it's not practical for all the stuff they need to haul, I don't want to hear it. Look, got a full set of wheels and tires, plus tires on top of that. So, you know, it was a little bit tight, but got it all in. The tires that I have on the wheels right now are pretty much done. These are the fronts, I believe, and you can see they're way past the wear bars. If you look at some of the other tires too, yeah, so these have been needing changing for a while, so let's get these new tires on. Now I still have some time before I actually need to head over to the shop to drop off the wheels and tires, so in the meantime we can use this downtime to check our fluids and make sure everything's good for this weekend. Car is cold, so now would be the optimal time to check everything. Always wipe the first check. Let's look at the second one. Looks good, it's right there at the top line. Next we can check the coolant. Just go ahead and open up the reservoir right here. Looks like it's right there at the minimum line, so I'll go ahead and top that off. But first we can check our brake fluid. Make sure to wipe off the top of the reservoir so any dust that's on there or any dirt doesn't fall into your brake fluid. Brake fluid looks good. Might just top it off just a bit with new fluid, but other than that, not too bad. I think I'll do the brakes first. I'm gonna try to siphon out as much of the old fluid as I can. Not using the best stuff, just some generic stuff I got from AutoZone, but it should do the job. I will do a full brake refresh and a brake bleed once I have new pads and rotors, but that'll come at another date. So I have some old brake fluid here, and I'll use this turkey baster to get the old brake fluid off. Should probably wear gloves, but yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Now we can put the little filter back on and screw it on. Alright, that's looking good. I think actually I could put just a tiny bit more. Alright, now we can move on to coolant. Shouldn't need that much. Just want to make sure it's at the maximum fill level, just so if it does go any lower, I'm not into dangerous territory. I am using Xerox from Valvoline, but from what I understand, this is pretty much on par with OEM Honda fluid. Like, if you look at the bottle, they're pretty much identical, so I haven't had any issues with this. So let's go top off the reservoir. Yep, looks like I'm right there at that fill line. Also, while I'm here, figured I might as well refill the washer fluid too. Didn't really have to do that much, you know, pays taking care of your car. So stay religious with your maintenance, and this is all you have to do for a big trip. Now all that's left to do is to get these tires to the shop. Not the most glamorous, obviously, but it works. Guess one good thing about having a 10th gen Civic is even if your mirror's blocked like this, you still have the mirror cam for when you switch so that's useful to have. Alright, just dropped off the tires at the shop. I'll be back tomorrow morning to pick them up and put them on the car, so see you guys then. Bit of a little side quest here, but this belt that I have, this lifting belt, it's been broken for months, and it's because the buckle came undone, and I literally found the slide pin that connects the buckle to the actual belt. So I'm gonna hammer this in real quick and have a functional belt again. So let me go do that. And then all I'm gonna do is literally tap this pin in and everything should be good. So all I have here is a little punch and then the hammer it comes with. And then you just kind of I got a belt all in one piece again. And I mounted it backwards. You can see that that's not how. Come on now. I hammered it out too far, now it's sticking out the other side. There, we finally got it. There, it goes into the holes. There you go. Guess that's why they say measure twice, cut once, eh? Also, it's kind of been a minute since I last used this, and you can see how roomy that is. I guess I have lost a little bit of weight. You can see I pretty much maxed it out for this size, so I think if we go like one whole space down, that should work. Come on, yep. All right. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that, you got your 1 finger gap. All right, I'd say that's a success. There you go. It's the next morning. Let's go head to the shop. Made it back from the tire shop. Really love how the tires are feeling so far. Drove around on them a little bit. Initially I was concerned about them having a little bit of rubbing issues, since compared to the Falcons, these sidewalls are a bit rounder and more plush. But drove around on them pretty good. Didn't have any rubbing issues from what I've seen, or what I've heard technically. They are covered in the tire lube from the shop, and the tires are overall pretty dirty, so right now I'm gonna give them a quick wash and then I'll foam down the car and rinse that off too. So let's do it. So obviously you can see it started raining while I was in the middle of that, which is not ideal. I'm actually properly soaked right now. But you know, that's just how life is. Some things go to plan, some things don't, and this one didn't. just because you have a little setback doesn't mean that you shouldn't still go through with your plan. So there you go. Car's cleaner. It's a little bit more wet, but you know, at least I don't have to dry it now. I was able to wash all the tires, but given the conditions, I don't think I'll be able to put like dressing on any of the tires, which is okay. Now, the things I still need to do to the car. Number one is the alignment. Obviously, I want these tires to last a very, very long time. And to help with that, I have rear camber arms that I still need to install. So that's a big priority right now, is getting those arms on so I can go back to the shop and get them aligned and make the most of these tires, you know. These tires weren't cheap, and I'd like them to last as long as they can. Number two is once the weather clears up, I can start paint matching the front lip and have it all silver so I don't have to look at this gloss black anymore, and give it a little bit more presence, especially at night. The last thing would be the brakes. These ones are kind of on their way out now. I still have a little bit of life left in them, but I think they'll be done after a couple of trips. So that'd be the perfect time to upgrade. Just need to tidy up a little bit of those things that I want to nitpick. And from there, it's just enjoying the car more. You know, I fully believe that you should drive your cars as much as you can. Doesn't matter about the mileage as long as you take care of your car like I do. That's pretty much gonna wrap it up for this video. I will include a small montage of, you know, the weekend. So if you're into that, you can stay until the end to see all that footage. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.